Hello dear students, I am Chetan Singadia from Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. You are watching the video lecture for the subject of Database Management System. Today we are going to see data manipulation language in SQL. Data manipulation language is nothing but we can call it as a DML also, or we can say DML commands or DML queries. Now before starting with the DML, we would like to see the basics of SQL in database management system. So now let me explain what is SQL. The SQL we already understand in our previous lecture, but when we are going to understand DML, I would once again like to explain the SQL. That SQL is nothing but a structural query language, or we can say structured query language. SQL is a database language which is designed for the retrieval and management of the data in a relational database. And SQL is the standard language for database management. All the RDBMS systems like MySQL, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Postgres and SQL Server use SQL as their standard database language. So friends, this is what the small description of SQL, and that is nothing but structured query language. Now let us understand why we use this SQL in database management system. So there are important reasons for that. For that we are using SQL for the database management system. The one of the important reason is it helps user to access the data in the RDBMS system. It also helps you to describe the data. Also, it allows you to define the data in a database and manipulate that with the specific data. With the help of SQL, you can create and drop your database and its tables. SQL offers you to use the function in a database, create a view and stored procedures. You can set permissions on a table and procedures and views. So friends, this is why, and these are the important reasons for which we are using SQL. Now quickly look at the history of SQL. There are important landmarks of the history of SQL that we already studied, but let me show you once again. In 1978, Dr. Edgar described a relational model for the databases. In 1974, the structured query language appeared. In 1978, IBM released a product called System. In 1986, IBM developed the prototype of relational database. In 1989, first ever version of SQL is launched. In 1999, SQL 3 launched with the features like trigger, object orientation and etc. In 2003, Windows functions and XML related features are introduced. In 2006, the support for XML queries language is launched. In 2011, at the last, improved support for temporal database is launched. So friends, this is a simple history of SQL, or we can say important landmarks of the history of SQL. So this is for an information purpose. Now we are going to start our actual today's topic is DML, and that is nothing but a data manipulation language. That is why here I have highlighted here in this presentation. So let us start with DML. Now as you can see in this figure, we have completed this portion, DDL portion, that is nothing but data definition language. Now we are in this portion, that is DML. So in this video lecture we are going to see DML commands, or we can say DML queries. In that we are going to see the insert, update and delete statement in SQL for the use of data management. So friends, now let us start with DML. So what is DML first? The full form of DML is data manipulation language. What is that? A data manipulation language. A DML is a data manipulation language which is used to manipulate data itself. So when you want to manipulate your data, in case we are going to use the SQL command, that is DML queries or DML commands. For example, insert, update, delete are the instruction in SQL. So here we have written also insert command, update, insert statement, update statement, delete, lock and merge. So these are the simple statements which are available in the DML language, or we can say DML command or DML queries, which we are going to use for the manipulation of data itself. So let us start with the each and every statements in detail. Now let us start with the SQL insert into statements. Now what is the SQL insert into statement? The insert statement is used to insert a new record in a table. So it's very simple. So dear students, when we have a table and if we want to insert a new record into a table, in that case we need a insert into statement for a SQL. So it's very simple. So what is that? When we want to insert a new record in a table, in that case we have to use this insert into statement. So let me show you what are the syntax for that and how many ways we can insert the records in that particular table. So it is possible to write the insert into statement in two ways. So that's why I have highlighted also. We have a two ways from which we can insert our records into a table. So the first one is, the first way specifies both column names and the values to be inserted. So what that one of the first way is, so when we are going to insert a record, the one of the way is we are going to use column names as well as values. So here you can see the syntax to insert the records into a table. You have to write down insert into a table name. In the parenthesis you have to write down the column name whichever we have defined in our table. So here we have written column 1, column 2, column 3 and so on. Then we have to write down the values. In the values, according to the column name, we have to taken the value for a particular, or we can say taken the insert a record as per the table. So this is one of the ways. So let me explain once again what is that syntax. The insert into, it is a statement. So then we have to write down the table name. Then the column, whatever the column that we have defined in the table. So that is column 1, column 2, column 3 and so on. And the value of that particular column. For example, column 1 is ID. So here we have to write down the ID and so on. This is how this syntax will work. The another way from which we can insert our record, that is, if you are adding a value for all the columns of the table, you do not need to specify the column names in the SQL query. However, make sure the order of the value in the same order as the column name in the table. So this is one of the easiest way to insert the record into a table, but we have to make sure that you have to keep few things in mind. What is that? You do not need to specify a column names. Like here we are going to specify the column name, but in case of new syntax we are not going to specify the column names. The another thing is that make sure that the order of the values. So what they are saying, the order of the value is in the same table, same order as the column name in the table. So we have to make sure that the order should not be disturbed. So when we are going to write down the column name 1, so we have to specify the value, that record of that particular column is value 1, then column 2 value 2. This is how that order should not be mismatched or disorder. So let me show you the syntax of that another way of inserting a value. Insert into, that is a statement, then we have to write down the table name. So this is a table name. Then values, and here we have to specify the values 1, value 2 and value 3 and so on. So these are the two ways in which we can insert our records into a table with the help of this two simple syntax. Now let me show you how we can insert a record into a table with the help of the syntax that we have seen previously. So here you can see the below is a selection from person table in the same sample database. So that means what they are saying, here there is a person table. These records are from person table. The table name is, or table name, or we can say relation name. So there are 5 fields: ID, name, city, state and pin code. In that we have taken 3 records. As you can see in this table, we have taken 3 records. Now we want to insert another record in that person table. So what we can do? So as we had already understand, we have an insert into statement in SQL. With the help of that statement, we can insert our records into a person table. So the following SQL statement inserts a new record into a person table. So what is that syntax? So here you can see that insert into, then we have to write down the table name. So what is the table name is person, and we have to write down the column name. So what are the columns that we have? ID, so we have written ID, name, so we have written name, city, so we have written city, state and pin code. Then bracket is complete. Then we have to write down the values. Now here you can see the ID I have inserted as a 90, name Naman, city Jambuda, state Gujarat, pin code 1000. So this is the one of the way in which we can insert a new record into a table. So here we are using the column name as well as value. Also we have maintained the order of the columns in your table. Like if the first column is ID, so we have written ID. If the second column is name, so we have written name. Third column is city, so we have written city, and so on. We have maintained this order. So this is what we have to do while we are inserting a record into a new table. Now after performing this command, what we have? We have this table is something will look like in this format. So as it is till now, this format is as it is, and the another fourth record is, this record is going to be inserted into this person table. So that is 90, this 90 Naman, Jambuda, Gujarat and 1000. But one more thing I would like to mention here is, when you are going to insert a record, and if it is a string, then we have to put that values, or we can say record, while inserting a record into a single inverted comma. So when it is a string, or we can say varchar type of variable, we have to put it as a single inverted comma. And when it is an integer or number, so we have to write down as it is. We are not going to specify single inverted comma or double inverted. If you are writing this way, then it will treat it as an error. So this is what the new record inserted into the table person. So friends, this is how you can insert a new record into a table using this syntax that we have studied. Now take a look at the most important points of this SQL insert into statements. Here I would like to ask one question regarding ID column in a person table. So as we have seen in that particular ID column in person table, did you notice that we did insert any number into ID field? So if you remember that, we have inserted 90, ID is 90, that we have inserted in the ID field. The ID column is not auto incremented field, and it will not be generated automatically when a new record is inserted into a table. So this auto increment is something like one type of constraint that we are actually going to see in our constraint topics. Okay, so don't worry about that. If we want to do that automatically, then we will have to keep that ID field of person table auto increment while create a table. So what they are saying, while we are using this ID field, here you can see the record 1, 2 and 3. Now if you want to take a 4 here in case of 90, then we have to put while creating a table, this ID field, that we have to keep it as a auto increment field. So but here we have not taken that as a auto increment field. Here just we take it as a simple column name. So as a simple column name, I can enter any value. So this is what they are saying here. If you want to do that automatically, then we will have to keep that ID field of person table auto increment while create a table. So friends, this is what SQL insert into statement. Now one important thing that we have to understand in insert into statement is that insert a data only in specified columns. So this is one of the important concept in while we are going to insert a record. So what they are saying, when you want to insert a specified column, means we want to insert records into a specified column. So in that case, that we can do with the help of this insert into statement. So what is that and how we can do it? Let us see. It is also possible to only insert data into a specific columns. So that is possible. The following SQL statement will insert a new record, but only insert the data into a ID. So in this field, a name and city. So here you can see there are 5 columns are there, but we are going to insert a record into only in ID, name and ID, name only, ID, name and city. So as you can see, so what could be the syntax for that? We have to write down the insert into person, ID, name, city, values. This is what we have to write down. 12. This ID is ID, name its name, and Hyderabad. So this is how you can insert a specified columns in that particular record. But the columns that which we are not going to insert, that will be treated as a null. So that's why I have highlighted also. So this is how that specified records will be inserted in using insert into statement. Now let us understand SQL update statement. The update statement is used to modify the existing records in a table. So what is that? An update statement is used to modify the existing records in a table. So when you want to update existing record, in that case we are going to use this update statement of SQL. So what can be the syntax of that update statement? So let me show you here. The update, then we have to write down the table name, then set column name 1 is equals to value 1, comma column name 2 is equals to value 2, and where condition. This is what the syntax. We will show you, I will show you example in a few minutes. So here one of the note is that is most important. Be careful when updating records in a table. Notice that where clause in the update statement. So what they are saying, when you are updating your records and you are using where clause in the update statement, you have to be careful. In which reason? The where clause specifies which records of that should be updated, and if you omit where clause, all records table will be updated. We will see that that note with the help of example in our upcoming minutes. Okay. Now have a look at here. Let us see the example of update statement. Below is a selection from a person table is in a simple database. So this simple database is given to us in a table format. We have to update our record when ID is equals to 1. Usually here the following SQL statement update the first person ID is equals to 1 with the new name and new city. So what could be the syntax for that? Update, then table name, that is person, then we have to, what we have to update? We have to update where ID is equals to 1, and what we have to update? New name and new city. When ID is equals to 1, at that case we have to update this name and this city. These two records we have to update. So that's why we have to write out in this way: update person, that is table name, and that set, that is a syntax that you have to write down compulsorily. Then name is equals to Hiren, single unted comma, and city is equals to Gotha, where ID is equals to 1. So what this syntax will do? That syntax will find where ID is equals to 1. So it will find this column first. Then it will replace the city is equals to Junagadh is equals to Gotha, and Subhash is equals to Hiran. So this is how it will be replaced. So that's while after performing this command, your table will something look like in this format. So this is how this Subhash will replace with Hiren, and Junagadh will replace with the Gotha. Where, so why? Because that thing is happened because we have updated our value and setting our value where ID is equals to 1. So here ID is equals to 1. So this is how that updated record will appear in our updated table. So this is what this update statement. Now let me show you another update statement use, that is multiple update records. So that thing is also possible while you are updating a multiple records. So how it can be performed, let us see. It is the where clause that determines how many records will be updated. So with the help of where clause, you are going to update that multiple records. The following SQL statement will update the name to Jayesh for all the records where state is empty. So what is our target is? Our target is we have to update name Jayesh where all the records where the state is empty. So where state is empty. Sorry, here we have taken MP, but we are going to update this record. We are going to taken the example is something like update person. We are going to set the name is equals to Ramesh where state is equals to Gujarat. So in this record, in this table where state is equals to Gujarat, where state is equal, so here you can see the ID 90 and ID 1 have state Gujarat. So where Gujarat is found, it will set the name is equals to Ramesh. So this is how this syntax will work. Update person set name is equals to Ramesh where state is equals to Gujarat. So these two place when Gujarat is there, Hiren and Naman will be replaced with the name, updated name is a Ramesh. So here you can see this Hiren is going to be replaced with the Ramesh and Naman is going to be replaced with the also Ramesh. So these two records will be updated with the help of this statement. So this is how updating of multiple records in a SQL statement. So one of the important points regarding SQL update, that is update warning. While updating a record, it is very much important that you are not going to omit the where clause. So what is that? So be careful when updating a records. So we have to make sure that very much careful about while we are updating a record. Why? Because if you omit the where clause, that means if you are discarding the where clause, all records will be updated. We will show you, I will show you in this example also. So how it will be updated? Update person set name is equals to JS. So here you can see we have omit or we have discarded this where clause. We have not written where clause. So what will happen if you are doing in this way? So what they are doing, that person table is going to be updated where name is equals to JS, because we have not specified any kind of condition, or we have not put a where clause in that particular statement. So what is that statement is update person and set name is equals to JS. So whenever name column is there, it will replace all the names with JS. So here you can see this is our example, last example that we have updated our value. And after omitting where clause in that particular update statement, if you are not writing where clause, so it will replace all the names with JS. So this is what the warning. While updating a record, if you are omit the where clause, all the names with the JS will be, all the different name will be replaced with the JS, or whatever you have written, that name is going to be replaced here. So this is warning while updating a record. So it is not advisable that you are going to omit a where clause while updating a record. So this is what update warning in SQL. Now let us understand SQL delete statement. So below is a selection from the person table is a simple database. So what they are saying, I every time used to say, this is simple database is given to us. So now we have to understand delete statement in SQL. And you also know a delete statement is nothing but when you are going to delete a particular record from the table, in that case you are going to use this delete statement. So let us see SQL delete example. The following SQL statement deletes the customer JS from the person table. So what could be the syntax? So delete from person. So delete from person, that person is a table where name is equals to JS. So in that person table where name is equals to JS, that record we have to delete it. So after performing this command, till now we have 3 records. Here you can see before performing this command we have 3 records. If you are performing this command, this query, this second record will be deleted. Then JS name record will be deleted. So now we have only 2 records, that is ID number 1 and ID number 3. So this is how this SQL delete statement will be worked. Now let me show you the another important things regarding delete statement. Delete all records. So what is that? It is possible to delete all rows in a table without delete a table. This means the table structure, attributes and indexes will be intact. So you can delete all records also without delete a table. This is what the delete statement will does. So delete from a table name. The following SQL statement deletes all the rows in the person table without deleting a table. So what the syntax could be? We have to write down the delete from person. If you are writing this statement, if you are writing this query or this command in your RDBMS system, it will delete all the records which are available in this person table. So that's why we have written, and that's this SQL statement will does. The SQL statement delete all the rows in the person table without deleting a table. So table will be as it is in our database. Only all the records will be deleted using these statements. So now let us summarize our today's lecture. Today we have seen the DML, that is data manipulation language. So when you want to manipulate your data, we are going to use this insert, update and delete statement. So what is insert? That we have seen that when we want to insert a new records into a table, in that we are going to use insert into a statement. We have seen the two ways to insert a data or insert a records into a table. These are the two ways. Also we have seen the example, so how to insert a record into a table. We have also seen in a specific columns, when we want to add insert a specific records into a specific columns, that we also seen with the help of SQL insert statement. We have seen update statement also. So if you want to update our existing records from a table, in that case we are going to use the update statement of SQL. We have also seen the example also, while updating a record, what effect will come in the existing table and new table. We have also seen the multiple update records while updating existing table. We have seen the update warning. So when we omit our where clause using in SQL update statement, so it is not advisable, it will update all the records, which is not allowed, or we can say loss of data. We have also seen the delete statements. So what is the delete statement? When we are going to delete records from a table, in that case we are going to use this delete statement of SQL. And at the last, we have seen how to delete all the records from the table without deleting a table from a database. So these are the topics that we have covered in this video lecture. I hope you understand all these topics. Thank you.